This is my summer of 2024 events journal, and I just made one more entry of a couple gallery studio tours I went to. The front, I have this little bottle of sand from Florida, a little duck on it. And then here is a keychain from the alligator farm in Florida when I went to visit my daughter. And then I just have a bunch of lace and doodads. I used a tie-dyed fabric behind here, old t-shirt. Added some more lace in there. In the back has some iridescent fabric there. I made a lot of the pages beforehand and decorated a lot of pages. Used a lot of dyed paper and put a lot of edges on before I even assembled the whole journal. I added a lot of dyed paper, some oxide sprayed papers with a stencil, some dyed, coffee dyed. No, this is beet dyed paper, and I just cut out the word that I wanted. This is some leaf eco printing from my chinkapin oak tree that's 400 to 500 years old. I used the leaves in my dye batch. Same paper. I just sprayed the back with the oxide spray. It didn't alter the front of it any. This is when I went to visit a friend in Georgia. Oh, and this is their dining room table with one of the rocks I took from their table. And of course, I collect bird feathers wherever I go. This is ferns glued on from her house. This is a eco print, coffee dyed, and then no, it's not an eco print, it's coffee dyed, and there was stencils in the coffee dye, but then I sprayed it and stenciled on top. This is a music festival I went to, and one of the girls was singing. I drew a picture of her. I'll try to make this a little faster. Did some artwork with my granddaughter. We had fireworks. I took different things from the fireworks and glued it on. Atlantic Beach, there's a little sack from Atlantic Beach. And we went to a lake and there was herrings there. This is someone's artwork. Went to some galleries and I collected postcards and such. Coffee dyed paper, but then I stenciled on top of it and embossed some ferns. And then this was a doily that I put on there. It's a gel print page of the tree. Kind of resembles my big tree. And I have planted, 22 fruit trees now on my property. Oh, that light's in the way. Plant trees whose shade we do not plan to sit under. 400 years ago, I wonder who did that tree. And some more eco print. Margaritas at one of the restaurants we went to. I did some watercolor sand dollars. Another, the lake we went to, I collected a stone and then just did my own little pink flamingo. Another bag from a gallery. Someone else's artwork I saved. Another page of, I think it's just coffee dyed paper, and then there's a lot of stenciling done on it. And a bird that I watercolored. Someone else's artwork at St. Augustine Alligator Farm. Some of the feathers I collected there. There was a lot of herrings nesting. Then we went to this restaurant. And some more feathers. It was a festival I went to. Oh, I put these leaves in here. They were yellow, and it was just raining down a bunch of these leaves, so it was yellow rain. It was really pretty. And this was another festival. I went to a gel print on tissue paper. Another festival. Made a dragonfly was a theme, so I made all the girls I go with, made them dragon tails, and we had dragon wings. It was really a cute theme. Oh, this is the fabric I used. I made a sample to put in here. And a skirt I made for a friend, so I put a sample of the skirt in here. More coffee dyed paper, altered envelopes, used envelopes. Oh, this is a music festival I went to, Boogie on the Bay. So I added a leaf in here. I did some gel printing with a bunch of the girls there. That was fun. Oh, some of the buoys. It was on the Chesapeake Bay, and it was a hippie theme, so somebody gave me some flowers for my head. More leaves from the sassafras that was growing around there. Gotta have a dragonfly in my journal. Feathers. This is a gel print on a dictionary page, and it's the brick. I made a foam stamp from the brick in town. This is a boat that pulled up near the music we were having, and his children were dancing on the front of the boat, and they had lights on it, so it was really cool, reflecting in the water. Oh, this is last year's going to Thunder Bridge. That was a studio tour. I put a bag in here, which comes in handy. I've picked this up by these handles a couple times. And this artist, Benjamin Frey. This was Halloween, and I added one of my scrap busting projects. This is a little paper doll witch that I've added to it. Don't need the paper clip on there anymore. So I participated in the witch dance, and that was a lot of fun. A peace symbol, but I made him into a pumpkin, and it's a gel print on tissue paper. And there I am dressed up, going to the witch dance. Met an old friend that I'd made a wedding invitation for her wedding years ago. I don't know how people recognize each other, but she recognized me. I had no idea who she was until she told me. So I added stickers to this. I have stickers. I rarely use them, but I thought, what a cute place to put these stickers. And it's a friend and I going kayaking on the river, and we pull trash out of the river all the time, so I took a picture of the trash. A lot of metal I collected. We decorate the boats and head in, rock from the river, my friend. More Halloween stuff, because the witch's dance was just before Halloween. So I added some more interesting. Does that come out? Nope, doesn't come out. Story about what I did with the witch's dance. My daughter came, we did the safari park. I collected some wool off the llama. And I did get spit on by a llama. So I added some of the pictures of the animals we saw. And the parakeets. I love going in the parakeet cage. And then this was a boxerwood event. Some more tissue. Oh, I think this is the McGuffey art tour. Yeah, McGuffey studio tour in Charlottesville. This is a rust-dyed paper with a grid fabric that I put on it. And then afterwards, I stenciled this design with oxide ink pad and then wrote in the silver pen around it. And I like the circles added because this girl's art was phenomenal. She made the splashes in water look so realistic. And this was a cool paper project this girl did. Her watercolors were beautiful. This is rust-dyed paper, and then I stenciled the purple butterfly on there. Then I left some blank pages. This is a gel print, scrap paper gel, where I just clean off my roller brush, then I go back and gel print the grid lines on it. It's a fabric that is separated like that, like almost like a lace, but big squares. Then I drew with chalk pens, Posco pens. That's where I just put a little bit of watercolor strips cut up. Some gel, no, this is coffee, no, this is beet dyed paper. And there was a placemat put in there, this mats that you put at the bottom of your drain sink. So it made all those circles. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, hard to see. Then I recently just went to this wallpaper design at Watson Gallery. She had art from the 1500s. She'd done research about female artists starting back in the 1500s through the 1800s, and it was a really good. I want to add some more stuff about that here. Then on the 19th, the same day, I went out to a studio tour again out at Thunder Bridge near Natural Bridge. They have a bunch of studios. They bought an old, I think it's a boys' school or technical school or something. Anyway, they bought the property and they've turned it into an amazing studios for artists. And this was one of my favorite artists, and this was one of his cards. So I added this embroidery, and I write there about what I saw. And this was their ad. So I changed the words around and made it what I wanted to make it, just doodling. And then here were some more of the artists. I just stuck their cards in here. And this is another artist here. And Celeste Simone, I loved her artwork. Really cool artwork. So this page is a dictionary page with a purchased decorative paper that I rarely use. And then I added a whole bunch of old stamps here when I originally made the page. This side has more gel printing with a tree stencil here. Some more rust paper, some bubble ink with Dawn liquid to make bubbles. You just add it to your paper. This was gel print where I just took the sink drain pad that goes in the bottom of the sink. I'd done a gel print. It had paint on it still, so I just stuck it onto here. Then this stencil, I added the stenciling, and I did it in 2 different tones, so it had depth to it there. And these are paint strips, paint sample color strips. So these pages will be filled in later. Last pages, only a few more pages. Might fill that up tonight, going to an Easter dinner. And then I have this journal too that I add to this, writing a little bit more in-depth information about some of the places I've gone. I have just a few pages left of that. And it's a mamagami process. There's a little pocket here to put something in. And it was gel printed on brown paper sack, and then stenciled the leaf on, and then did the mamagami wadding process, Japanese process of wadded paper. So the layers of lace and such, lined with purchased paper. There's another rare piece. So there's, what, 2 sheets in here now. And then this is an old children's book. I added the pictures to it periodically in here, I think. Stained doily. No, I didn't add any more. I just had one on the first page. So that just goes in the back of the journal. I also have in my journals that I sell, I put my little logo in the journal. This one's almost full.